Joao Pedro is really annoying. How can one player be so banter-proof? I've been looking for different angles to banter this guy, but he keeps blocking every angle I have. Okay, first angle. He's going to ghost on his debut. He scored a golazo on his debut in the Club World Cup. Okay, he cannot perform in big games. He scored in the Club World Cup final versus PSG. Okay, now Premier League has started. I said at least that first game that he ghosted, I was like, fine, yes, I can cook. He didn't want to allow it to last for 2 games. Second game, a goal and assist in the Premier League. 0-7 is over. 1-1-1, he has done it. Or 2-1, whatever. It's so annoying. Which kind of player is this? Joao Pedro, take your time. Everybody must collect this banter. Look at the performance from this boy today, a striker. The other Brazilian boy that they brought in, Estevão. I told you people, this boy is not only a right winger, he can be a deputy for Cole Palmer, who got injured in 1 minute today. That's why Palmer didn't play. It's not as if Palmer was meant to play. He was in the starting 11. That's why I was surprised when they're coming out and I saw Estevão instead of Palmer. He was just told quickly, hey, look, Palmer is injured. You will play today. And he stepped up and performed. Was one of Chelsea's best players today. In fact, in that front line, after Joao Pedro, it was Estevão. What a talent. Look at how he took that assist. So bold. And then squared it to Enzo Fernandez, who couldn't miss from that spot. This was an absolutely immense performance from Chelsea in this home kit that you can now get from the Adidas Tech Store. You can get the Chelsea home, away, or third kit. Yes, it's the third kit that they want to play today. They're all available. Just go to our website, adicastech.store. Message us on WhatsApp with this phone number above. Delivery is worldwide. Jerseys available everywhere. So let's talk about the game now. Let's talk about the first half. Let's talk about the second half. Let's talk about everything that happened. First half. Chelsea did that same thing they did last game of having a poor start to the game, having a slow start to the game. And they might get punished against a team one of these days, and they might not be able to come back the way they came back against West Ham today. I still feel that Chelsea is still warming up in a way. I still feel that Chelsea might have a slow build-up in the Premier League, mainly due to the fact that fatigue. Fatigue plays a massive role in what is happening. People might underrate it, but I still know how much they played in that Club World Cup and the weather conditions. So they went down behind with a goal from Paqueta. What a goal from Paqueta. The scoreline today is Chelsea 5, Sanchez 1. Because this goal, yes, it was an amazing strike from Paqueta. It was a beautiful goal from him. But 90% of the fault goes to Sanchez. I cannot believe that some Chelsea fans came here and looked me in the eyes and told me that Robert Sanchez is better than Donnarumma for Chelsea. Robert Sanchez can pass. Donnarumma that won that quadruple with PSG while having an absolutely amazing campaign. Had big games in the Champions League and every other competition. This Sanchez that I'm watching. The problem with football fans that people and your short-time memory is so bad. Sanchez last season was one of the most criticized players for Chelsea. After Jackson was Sanchez, that was one of the players that Chelsea fans disliked so much. In fact, many Chelsea fans preferred Pedro at one point. They were saying, why is he not playing Jorgensen? That Maresca is too stubborn. All of a sudden, you are telling me that this Sanchez I watched today is good enough to play for Chelsea. It's a lie. And these mistakes will keep happening. Even in that PSG game that people are always saying, oh, he had an amazing performance. Fine, yes, he had an amazing performance, but he still made a mistake in that game. But Chelsea did not just get punished from the mistake. It was late in the game, when the game was somehow dead. He still had a moment where he lost concentration. And he messed up. So how can you tell me that this guy is better than a Donnarumma or who else? A Mike Maignan? I cannot believe that. It's a lie. That means those keepers are both below average. Yes. I do not rate Sanchez as being above average. I'll say it clearly. Because he cost Chelsea in that first goal today. So, maybe Sanchez will improve, but if it's this current Sanchez that are telling me is better than a Donnarumma or another goalkeeper, that's a lie. You cannot paint Sanchez to me as one of the best goalkeepers in the league. That is a lie. And I've always known Chelsea to have one of the best goalkeepers in the league. Although, yes, his prime lasted for a very little while. At one point, Edouard Mendy was one of the best. Thibaut Courtois was one of the best. Peter Cech was one of the best. You know, the list goes on and on and on. You know, the Chelsea keepers that have been absolutely amazing in the league. You get me? So let's move on. That first goal was scored, and it was a very bright start from West Ham. I can't lie, they were pressing a lot, getting corners, even when we'll talk about that later. But Paqueta, amazing strike, but poor keeping from Sanchez. And then Chelsea replied, it was this man that is pissing me off. JOAO Pedro. What a problem this guy is. This guy is an... Chelsea have signed a player that we might see break the number 9 course. We might see a striker that is very good for Chelsea finally since Diego Costa. I'm telling you, that's how good this boy is doing so far. In fact, at one point, he was playing as a midfielder self. Let me not say at one point. Before Delap went off, at least. He was playing as a midfielder, and he just showed that him and Delap can look very good on the pitch at the same time. They never look like, okay, this one is jamming this one, this one is blocking the other one. They never look like they are in conflict against each other on the pitch. They looked like they were comfortable in their position. This JOAO Pedro was just behind the striker, whether it be floats to the left or right. And not that he will just come and do a one-touch pass, no. This boy will hold the ball, turn, give a pass, he can dribble. I mean, look at how he gave the assist for the Neto second goal. He took the ball, did a little dribble, and then crossed it beautifully to Neto, who finishes in a very composed manner. And not like that, Neto's finish was very composed. And then the pass from JOAO Pedro was very, very good as well. So JOAO Pedro opened the scoring for Chelsea. And from there, the comeback started. JOAO Pedro kick-started everything that happened for Chelsea today. His performance was inspirational. He inspired the whole team to do better. You get me? The first 10 minutes, should I say, from Chelsea, because it was the same thing I said against Palace. Why did they wait until the very end of the game before they started showing urgency? Just like they were scored today and they started showing urgency. The moment West Ham showed them, Chelsea woke up. Okay, we need to win this game. That should be your attitude from minute one. You cannot be a reactive club. You are Chelsea Football Club, for God's sake. You have to go from the get-go. Yes, I told you guys, I understand that the team is still recovering from what happened in the Club World Cup and stuff like that. But then again, the Premier League does not know that. If you can give this performance after they scored you can definitely give it before they scored you, because in as much as Chelsea did well today, West Ham is one of the worst sides in the Premier League. So moving on to the second goal, Neto with a very, very composed finish. As I said, that was still inspired by JOAO Pedro. JOAO Pedro did not stop there. He still has another assist. But the next goal was now Estevao. What a goal from that young man. The fact that he took the ball on, dribbled, almost went to the byline, then passed it beautifully to Enzo, who could do nothing but tapping. This is a serious talent, and he's just 18. People thought that they are bringing in this boy to be a squad member, or he'll come in and develop small. No, he's coming in to play, and he wants to play. That's what I love to see from him. He's bold, he's courageous, he wants the ball. Give me the ball. He's not hiding away from the ball. He's begging for the ball at all times. And when Cole Palmer is on the pitch, him and Palmer combine well. So there's no... This one cannot play with that one. You get me? Without Palmer today, his contributions helped Chelsea beat a team 5-1 in the Premier League when their main offensive asset was missing. So very, very good performance from Estevao. Then Enzo Fernandez, he did well today, got his goal. Outside his goal, I don't think Enzo did anything crazy. But then there's the man with 8 longs, Caicedo. He looked much better today. He looked fitter today. I don't still think Caicedo looks 100%. Yes, I know that's weird. But I just know how good and how agile Caicedo is 100%. But then he got a goal still today with that performance. He was still there tackling, passing, and doing his good stuff. I think that was the goal that JOAO Pedro assisted, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Then, I think from a corner again, Chalobah scored. I mean, before the match started, I'm not even lying. I predicted 5-0. I'm surprised they scored Chelsea safe. Because I know how dreadful West Ham are, and I know how good Chelsea can be. And how good Chelsea usually is against West Ham, Chalobah got his goal as well, and then the scoring ended there. Chelsea could have added way more. Could have been 6, it could have been 7. But Maresca said, okay, we are world champions and we don't want to embarrass one of our subjects too much. So this is a very, very good reply to what happened last week, Sunday. You know, many people were panicking, but me, I just said, calm down. As long as you didn't lose that game against Crystal Palace, this is a side that beats Liverpool, beat Manchester City. I mean, it's a very, very tough side in the Premier League. One of the better sides in the Premier League. This West Ham was a must-win game. Firstly, because they are one of the worst sides in the Premier League. And secondly, if he doesn't win this game, the pressure is on Maresca. But now he has eased that pressure. And with this convincing win, without his Tam and Palmer, I mean, nobody's going to be questioning what he's doing at the club. So an absolutely amazing and beautiful performance from Chelsea. I still think they need Javi Simons. I mean, look at Palmer got injured today. This just shows the importance of, bulking up that squad. Javi Simons can still come in. And I said it before, this JOAO Pedro guy, he's the main guy for Chelsea. Liam Delap, maybe he can grow on into it later. Maybe, he can become much better later. But for now, Chelsea have their striker, and that striker is JOAO Pedro. If Chelsea has a very important game tomorrow versus a Liverpool, Man City, Man United or Arsenal, where they have to play one striker, the person that is going into that game is JOAO Pedro. In fact, if they want to even go into that game, after Palmer as an offensive player, JOAO Pedro is next. That is it. Right now, there's nobody ahead of him in the pecking order. And he has deserved that. He has come in and he has proved himself, proving his haters wrong. And it's genuinely so annoying. I mean, a goal and 2 assists today. What is that nonsense? Just because of one game of banter. Following game, you are going to have... Kukurea was very good today as well. Mr. Reliable always has a good game. Tosin was decent today, he was solid at centre-back. Gusto, when Reece James came off the bench, it was okay. We saw JOAO had to have his debut today as well. It was okay. Fofana came off the bench too. Fofana, there was a little bit of controversy around him this week because he deleted all the Chelsea stuff from his IG bio and removed everything Chelsea. I don't know what that one is doing. You have come to a club for about £70 million. You have not even played at all. You have just been collecting salary. So you have no right to misbehave. So I don't know what is going on there. Maybe I'm misreading the situation or something is happening. But if it's what I'm thinking, then that is absolutely disrespectful from Fofana. Because this Chelsea has been nothing but gracious to you. He's one of the most underrated flops in the Premier League when it comes to being a centre-back. How many games has he played in all these years? Injury after injury after injury. And then you're behaving like that, turning the fans against you. I mean, that's not acceptable. Gittins was decent off the bench. I mean, Andrew Santos as well. All these guys off the bench were okay, but the game was mostly won. Nobody really did anything crazy off the bench, but the starting guys really did well. They really responded well. When they went down a goal, they didn't, call into their shell. They went out and won that game. And honestly, against West Ham, it's to be expected. It is to be expected. And a very, very good and convincing win for Chelsea Football Club. So thank you very much for watching this video. Chelsea win their second game of the Premier League. They are currently first in the table before Man City plays tomorrow. And we'll see other teams play tomorrow. And we'll be covering every single game at the Adika Stakes channel. So what do you all have to do now? Like this video, subscribe, share. Let's push to 4,000 likes, 5,000 likes, 1 million likes. Who knows what we can do? Make sure you shop at the Adika Stakes store also. If you got to this point in this video, who was our player of the match? Write Pedro. Write JOAO Pedro in the comment section because that's our man of the match. I know our culture here. Every man of the match, we write him in the comment section. So spam that in the comment section right now. Make sure you push us to 40,000 subscribers. Let's go to 100,000 subscribers all together. And let's get these guys. I appreciate the support so much, guys. And Adika Stakes is out. Peace out.